Bienvenidos a Soy el Macabro Podcast. Yo soy Dee.
Yo soy Ali.
Y hoy Ali les contará de un caso que se dio en Miami, Florida.
Advertencia. La información de este caso puede ser desencadenante para algunos. Tengan en cuenta que algunos de estos casos pueden involucrar menores de edad, abuso, violación o violencia. Escuchen con precaución.
Warning. The information on this case can be triggering to some. Please be advised that some of these cases may involve children, abuse, rape, and violence. Listen with caution.
16 años después de que el caso de Dilcia parecía destinado a permanecer sin resolver, finalmente se ha cerrado, gracias a los avances innovadores en la tecnología del ADN. El caso que alguna vez fue un misterio que desconcertó a los investigadores, permaneció inactivo, con solo fragmentos de evidencia y preguntas sin respuestas. Pero a medida que avanzaba la ciencia forense, surgió un avance crítico que ofrecía un nuevo camino hacia la justicia. Este es el trágico asesinato de Dilcia Mejía.
It's been horrific, and there's no family should be able to go through this. Speaking here is a voice for her, and I'm glad that we can be able to represent her, and I know and I hope that somehow she knows that we're here for her still to this day.
Dilcia fue vista con vida por última vez a las 6 p.m. del 16 de septiembre del 2004, viendo televisión en su casa en Colonial Acres Mobile Home Park en el condado de Miami-Dade. Su madre se fue a trabajar a las 5:30 de la mañana del 17 de septiembre, pero no la fue a checar. Y, she didn't go check on her daughter. She left at 5:30, no la fue a chequear. Maybe it was because no la quería despertar.
Yeah,
tan temprano. It's 5:30.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a routine sometimes when you're like, oh, it's, I'm not going to wake her up. Why wake her up? So.
Yeah, it's so early. A lo mejor la mamá pensó, al rato la miro.
Yeah.
She's okay, I don't want to wake her up. Dilcia acababa de cumplir 16 años. 5 días antes de ser encontrada muerta. Había celebrado su cumpleaños ese domingo con su familia y se le veía feliz. A las 9:15 a.m. llegó una llamada al 911 desde la casa de la familia. Raúl Mata, el padrastro de Dilcia, llamó al 911 diciendo: necesitamos que alguien venga. Mi hija, alguien mató a mi hija. Raúl afirmó que él había salido de la casa después de la mamá de Dilcia y que al regresar él encontró el cuerpo sin vida de Dilcia en su cuarto, con la garganta cortada. Cuando llegaron las autoridades, Raúl los llevó hasta el cuerpo de Dilcia. Rápidamente notaron que Raúl tenía lesiones visibles. Tenía rasguños, traía moretones y un dedo hinchado. Which is weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Raúl explicó que se había caído sobre un mueble mientras llamaba al 911.
Okay.
También admitió que él y Dilcia no tenían una buena relación.
Okay.
Pero él insistió que él nunca le haría daño, que él no tenía nada que ver con la muerte de Dilcia. Los detectives en la escena encontraron el comportamiento de Raúl extraño, notando que no se miraba triste. Y sus comentarios sobre su tensa relación con Dilcia eran innecesarios.
Yeah, like he just wanted to have like a cover up until
That's what
like,
it sounds like.
Just so you guys know, we didn't have a good relationship, or just so you guys know, yeah.
But it wasn't me.
Yeah.
No había señales de entrada forzada y no se llevaron nada de la casa. So this wasn't robbery.
Okay.
No había señales de que alguien más hubiera estado ahí. Las autoridades tenían sospechas, pero no había pruebas concretas. Y aunque el caso fue marcado como un homicidio, no se realizaron arrestos en ese momento. Y el asesinato de Dilcia se convirtió en un caso sin resolver. So it became a cold case for 16 years. La mamá de Dilcia dijo lo siguiente, quote, pienso en ella todo el tiempo. Los primeros años fueron muy difíciles para mí. Pensé que me iba a morir. Cada vez que voy a algún lugar, me acuerdo de ella. Aunque esto se convirtió en un caso sin resolver, ADN se obtuvo de las uñas de Dilcia. Cuando le hicieron el autopsy, right? Le cortaron sus uñas y pudieron agarrar algo de adentro.
Yeah.
Pero desafortunadamente no se pudo hacer mucho en ese entonces, ya que la tecnología no estaba tan avanzada como lo es ahora. But they kept it for all these years. Con esta información, parece que Dilcia sí dio resistencia y sí se defendió. Y gracias a esto, su asesino fue identificado 16 años después. Dilcia estudiaba en Miami Beach High School. Su tía Vilma la describió como una niña alegre y sensible, que soñaba en convertirse en detective. El exnovio de Dilcia recordó que ella también quería ser una azafata, flight attendant. Porque le encantaba la idea de viajar. Dilcia también adoraba a su perro, Rocco. Saber ahora que Dilcia estaba interesada en convertirse en detective de la policía me hace pensar que en el momento en que estaba siendo atacada, encontró la manera de asegurarse de que el ADN de esta persona permaneciera en su sistema, en sus uñas.
Yeah. She fought it and she made sure that there was some sort of trace back to
you're gonna
whoever.
get caught.
Yeah.
Tras el asesinato de Dilcia, su madre y Raúl se separaron. En mayo del 2020, los avances en la tecnología del ADN llevaron a los investigadores a volver a analizar el ADN encontrado debajo de las uñas de Dilcia. Los resultados coincidieron con los de Raúl Mata, su padrastro. Miami-Dade Police Director Alfredo Ramirez stated the following. While Dilcia's life was tragically ended, for the next 16 years, Mr. Mata went on to live his life thinking that he got away with this despicable crime. Unfortunately for Mr. Mata, the Miami-Dade Police Department never forgets its victims. And through tenacious and resilient police work by our homicide cold case detectives, our forensic lab personnel, and our state attorney's office, we were able to bring him to justice in the name of Dilcia and her family. Él pensó que se iba a salir con la suya.
Yeah, of course.
En el momento de su arresto, en septiembre 21 del 2020, so exactly 16 years ago, remember, she was murdered September 17, 2004.
Yeah.
And he was arrested in September 2020. Raúl se había mudado a Watsonville, California, después de haberse separado de la mamá de Dilcia, y ahí fue donde estaba viviendo. Ahí fue donde él se volvió a casar, donde tenía hijos, y trabajaba como enfermero en el hospital comunitario de Watsonville.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he moved on.
So he had a whole new life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like nothing had happened.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fue arrestado mientras se encontraba de vacaciones con su familia en Santa Cruz. su esposa se mantuvo firme en su inocencia, declarando lo siguiente. Quote, soy consciente de su pasado y nunca ha habido una duda en mi mente sobre su carácter. Y es 1000% inocente.
Wow.
Ha sido enfermero en nuestra comunidad durante los últimos 15 años, salvando vidas en la sala de emergencias. Es una persona increíble y no se merece esto. La verdad prevalecerá.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. His current wife, stood by him. She believed him. That it wasn't him. That he had nothing to do with it.
I feel like even after, I mean, I don't know, because I don't know if you might know this, but did the cops ever say like, oh yeah, we already have DNA proof that it was him? They were just arresting him, like, oh, you're arrested and suspect of the murder of Dilcia.
Oh, like, no dice nada si le dijeron en el momento.
Okay.
But
like, I mean, to be that confident, to not have a slight doubt on like the possibility that he might be he might have had something to do with her murder is insane.
I think, like what you're trying to say, it would be worse si le dicen, mira, aquí está la evidencia. We have the evidence. It's 100% him. And for her to still say all of this, that's scary.
That's exactly my
scary.
Thoughts. Like to know that there's evidence proving that he committed this murder, and yet you're like, no, that's not possible. To me, it's like there's DNA. The DNA doesn't lie. It's in. It was in her fingers, like her fingernails. Like you have to be. You really need to think about.
There has to be something wrong with you.
Yeah, right? But if they didn't tell her, it would be like kind of like understandable, you know.
Exactamente. Yeah. Si nada más le dijeron, you're arrested por el asesinato, her in that moment will be like, no, eso no es cierto. He's this type of person, like the last 15 years, este y el otro. Yeah. It's more understandable. Yeah. Right? But if it was said after, it's very questionable on her character, right?
Exactly.
Y luego para que tuvo hijos con esta persona, right? That's the scary part.
It's the scary part to like to be able to move on, have kids, become a nurse, be able to do all these like amazing things and be such a very like heroic person in the community, and then to be thrown into like, well, he actually murdered his stepdaughter, and it's like, what? It's a
throws you back, right? Yeah. I'm imagining for the wife and the kids. Yeah. It's just like, what? My dad? Like, no, that's not him. Y pudo haber sido un buen papá con estos niños. Y con la señora también un buen esposo. So for them, it's like, whoa, no, that's not my dad. Yeah. My dad wouldn't do that. But
it goes to show that you never really know somebody. Even though they tell you all these things, you really don't know anybody.
Yeah. And that's scary.
Yeah.
También se ha informado de que Dilcia le había dicho a una consejera escolar de la escuela que Raúl le había hecho comentarios inapropiados. Yeah. No dijeron qué le dijo él a ella, but ella le dijo a su consejera que él la trataba, le decía cosas inapropiadas.
Yeah, something that made her feel uncomfortable.
Exactly. Y la consejera le iba a informar a la madre de Dilcia.
Yeah.
No está claro si esta información se compartió con las autoridades en el 2004 o si se reveló durante la nueva investigación. But also it's questionable, right?
It's questioning his character.
Exactly. It's like, did he find out that Dilcia told this counselor and this counselor was going to tell the mom? Did that maybe...
Like push him into the reasons to,
we don't know.
Yeah,
we cannot just
assume.
Yeah. Raúl estaba detenido en la cárcel del condado de Santa Cruz a la espera de ser extraditado a Miami, donde enfrentaría cargos por asesinato en primer grado. Sin embargo, Una semana después de su arresto, Raúl se apuñaló en la arteria femoral de su, close to his, left groin. Se apuñaló con una pluma. Ya, lo que provocó que lo llevaran al hospital y murió 3 semanas después a causa de la herida. He was a coward.
He literally took the easy way out.
Exactly.
The fact that he did that just shows that he had enough guilt to know that the police had evidence towards him, and he didn't have the guts to confront his current wife and his current children to be like, yeah, I committed this crime. This is like it all comes full circle, and it's completely it's unreal and so unbelievable that somebody would just do that in order to avoid being, confronted with reality.
Yeah. It's just, he was guilty.
Yeah.
What more do you want?
Yeah.
What more? Right? Y para apuñalarse donde se apuñaló, me imagino que se desangró.
Yeah.
Para
100%.
hacerlo en una arteria femoral, cerca, close to the left groin areas, really high on your thigh.
Yeah.
You know how sensitive that
Yeah.
part of your body is, right? So I'm imagining he just bled out.
Yeah.
And it was too much.
To hit up, he was a nurse. He knew about these traumatic events. So he was like, okay.
He knew where.
Yeah, he's like, where can I do it where it's still not noticeable, but it's still very deadly to stab myself somewhere, and he did it.
Él sabía dónde hacerlo.
Exactly.
¿Ya? Él dejó muchas preguntas sin respuestas, pero cerró un capítulo trágico en el caso de Dilcia. At least they were able to find out who did this. We wished we could have gotten more answers why he did this. They never were able to get an answer. They never would know why he would do something like this. Our hearts go out to Dilcia's family and friends. Although we know this will not bring your beloved child back, we hope that you have found some peace, knowing that you did everything that was in your power to catch this monster. This was a tragic murder of Dilcia Mejia.
It's just the biggest relief that our family has had. It's like a huge burden lifted from our shoulders. And I'm left speechless, and I'm glad that Raul Mata could face the consequences of his gruesome actions that he did 16 years ago.
This individual had established a whole new life in California. He was remarried, correct? Remarried, he had a child. So you can see that this individual didn't have a conscience, because this individual just pretty much went on with his life, living a normal life.
That was the case for this week. Again, it's tragic that certain situations like this end in the way that they did. They do receive some sort of justice, but there's still a lot of questions left unanswered and a lot of mystery behind what he did. And tragically, he didn't affect only one family, but 2 families in this situation. 2 families are mourning for 2 different things. And it's completely tragic. But again, our hearts go out to the family, the friends, and anybody who's heard this story and has been affected by it. Because it is left with so many unanswered questions. And again, it's just completely unfathomable to believe that something like this could happen to a 16-year-old who was
She would have turned 36 years old.
Wow.
She would have been 36 this month.
Yeah, so she would have been 2 years older than us. So, damn, that's wild. But again, our hearts go out to the family, and yeah, we just hope that you received a little bit of peace of what, the justice that you were given, even though it wasn't the actual justice that Dilia deserved.
Yeah.
But again, if you have any thoughts, questions, opinions regarding this case or any of the other 122 cases that we've covered before, our comment section are open for you to discuss them, and you can talk to about it on our comment section on our Instagram, on our TikTok, our Threads, our Twitter, or X as it's known now. Just look for at SVSM_podcast, or go on Facebook and type in Capital Podcast. We're also on YouTube. We're trying to get a little bit more, quicker at uploading the video so you guys can check it out. You can type in Capital Podcast or at SVSM_podcast, and we should be the first to pop up. Again, podcast at the end. Or else you'll come up with a song. But yeah, and if you want to listen to the other episodes, we also have our catalogs on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you stream podcasts. Just type in Capital Podcast and we should come up, and our catalog should be there. We also include the links to all of our socials underneath the description of our YouTube and our the description of our podcast. And let's see, I think that's it. Am I forgetting anything? I feel like I'm always forgetting something at the end.
No, you're fine.
But it's finally getting cold in California, and I am absolutely excited. According to the weather, we're gonna have 80-degree weather next week, but let's not think about that right now.
Hey, it's better than 105 and the 110s. Oh my god,
right.
So bad.
You're right. But for now, enjoy the cold, spooky weather. There's so many plans coming up. We're still figuring out our costumes and seeing if we're gonna get it on time to shoot it at the end of this month. But so far we're excited. We want to know what your costumes are, and also happy Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yes.
It started this past week on the 15th, and it goes all the way to October 15th. So, show us your pride, show us the, donde son, where what state of Mexico, or like what country you're from. Give us any information on our post.
Mándenos comida.
I know. That would be ideal. But let us know where you're from and how you are celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. We would love to see it. And yeah, we just want to say happy Hispanic Heritage Month. And anything else?
Nope, that's it. Yeah.
All right. That'll be it for this week. And I guess
Wait, una cosa más. Cumplimos 3 años.
Yes. Today or tomorrow?
No, this weekend.
This weekend, okay.
Yes.
So this weekend we are officially how old?
3 years old.
3 years old. We're a toddler. We have become a toddler officially. But yeah, we have been doing this for 3 whole years. It's crazy. And the amount of episodes that we have is insane to me. I really didn't think that we were going to be this consistent, but we have been. And I just want to say happy 3rd year anniversary, Gali.
You too. Thanks to I'm like, how do you say it?
No, I was like, happy anniversary,
it's baby.
Happy podcast anniversary.
Exactly.
I have no idea how to say it.
I don't know.
Thank you guys all for listening and for supporting and for leaving us comment and for following and for subscribing and for following us on our Spotify and our socials. It really means a lot to us.
And sharing the stories too.
Exactly. We really didn't know how far this is going to go and if anybody would listen, but we have you guys to thank for keeping us going and for opening the doors that we have had in the last couple of years, and how much it means to us. It means it means so much, because now we get to open up these doors and these conversations and share the stories of cases and people that either are missing or haven't resolved their case, or about cases that haven't been talked about. And yeah, our hearts go out to everybody who has shared our podcast and has opened their hearts and just shared their stories. It really means so much to us, and we truly appreciate everything you guys do for us. And yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's not an easy topic that we talk about,
Yeah.
and we always do our best in every episode to be respectful and to show the families that their loved one has not been forgotten. And thank you to all those families as well who have reached out to us.
Yeah.
It means a lot, and we do this because your child, your wife, your husband, your tia, your tío, your loved one deserves to be,
to be
noticed,
remembered. Yeah.
to be remembered, right? Especially
Remember,
because many of
notice.
these cases don't get that much media attention. So thank you as well for these family members for reaching out, because I know it's not easy.
It's not. And I think we always try our best to give the right information and to give the proper respect to each one of these cases. And we just want to, know that you are appreciated, you are seen, you are heard, and we're trying our best to keep the memory of your loved ones at bay and have people listen to your story and share that and hopefully get you the justice you deserve, find your missing loved ones, or just, keep your loved ones in their memories. Because I know it's hard. It's hard to be like going through such grief and know that, you aren't being heard, or you're not being seen, or you're not being listened to by the media or by authorities or anybody. And if we can help in any way, we would love to, share your story and help as much as we can. But yeah, thank you so much again. And we'll talk to you guys next week.
Les mandamos un abrazote.
Big hug
to all of you. Yes.
And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, nos vemos la próxima semana.
Bye.
Adiós.
Stay spooky.
Oh, my voice. Quédate spooky.
It was done.
Bye.
Bye.